Hi everyone, Donut here, and today we're going to talk about the shooting death of 26-year-old Daniel Shaver by the Mesa Police Department. This has been a highly requested video breakdown because of the controversy involved in the shooting. Just to be straightforward about the body camera footage and the entire incident, it's kind of a shit show. Just like all controversial videos that we go over here on this channel, I'm going to say it beforehand that hindsight is 20/20, and most of the remarks that I make in this are for training purposes. Again, we can do the coulda, shoulda, woulda game all day long, but we weren't there. This incident took place on January 18th, 2016. Daniel Shaver was a pest control worker who was staying at a grill on business. On the evening of the shooting, Daniel had met some friends at the hotel, and they started doing some shots in his room. They must have done a lot of shots because the autopsy that was done on Daniel revealed that he had a blood alcohol content of 0.29. That's very high. He was pretty drunk. And I'm not using that as an excuse for any of the officer's actions. We're just going over the facts here. Sometime during the little party in Daniel's room, he showed his guests the air pellet rifle that he uses to shoot small animals with for his job. Him or one of his guests got a little too close to the window. Some people who were at the hotel down by the pool said that they saw a man pointing a rifle out the window. This is what was reported to police. There's a man in this hotel room pointing a rifle out the window. The body camera footage starts out with 6 Mesa police officers standing around talking how they're gonna get Daniel out of the room without anyone getting hurt. What you need to understand about this that a lot of newspapers haven't put out or they haven't realized is that there was one officer who did the shooting, and he's not the one yelling at Daniel during this. Sergeant Charles Langley is actually the one yelling commands at Daniel. Former Mesa police officer Philip Bradsford is the one who did the shooting. Body camera footage for this video starts off pretty normal. The officers are covering the hallway with their rifles, and they're ordering Daniel and the female out of the room.
Occupants of room 502, this is the Mesa Police. Listen to my instructions. I want the female to step out. Occupants of room 502, I want the female to step out.
Daniel and the female who are in the room come out. Sergeant Langley yells at both of them to put their hands over their head and lay on the ground. Daniel then tells them that no one else is in the room. So this is another thing that the officers are having to worry about. That's why they're behind cover. There might be another person in the room with a rifle.
Occupants of room 502, this is the Mesa Police. Listen to my instructions, or it's going to become very uncomfortable for you. The female is to step outside of the room. Stop right there! Stop! Stop! Get on the ground, both of you! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Who else is in the room?
Nobody.
Nobody else is in the room?
Nobody.
Are you positive?
Nobody. Absolutely positive.
Okay. Since apparently we have a failure for you to comprehend simple instructions, I'm going to go over some of them again, okay? Can you both hear and understand me?
Yes.
All right. If you make a mistake, another mistake, there's a very severe possibility you're both going to get shot. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
All right.
What the?
This is, shut up. I'm not here to be tactful or diplomatic with you. You listen, you obey. For one thing, did I tell you to move, young man? Did I tell you to
No, sir. No,
put
sir.
both
No,
your
sir.
hands,
No, sir. No, sir.
put both your hands on the top of your head and interlace your fingers. Take your feet and cross your left foot over your right foot.
So far, the commands are interlace your fingers over your head and cross your feet. Officers get the young lady to put her hands in the air and then crawl towards them on her knees, and they detain her.
Okay, young man, listen to my instructions and do not make a mistake. You are to keep your legs crossed. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You are to put both of your hands palm down straight out in front of you. Push yourself up to a kneeling position. I said keep your legs crossed!
I'm sorry.
I didn't say this in conversation. Put your hand there! Hands up in the air! You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand?
Please do not shoot me.
Then listen to my instructions.
I'm trying to do what you
Don't talk! Listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're going to fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Crawl towards me. Crawl towards me!
Yes, sir.
Don't go!
There's a lot of instructions being thrown at him. You got to remember he's drunk right now, he's scared, and the adrenaline's probably pumping pretty hard. He puts his hands behind his back for a second. They say put your hands back above your head. He puts his hands above his head. It kind of sounds like they wanted him to keep his legs crossed, keep his hands in the air, and then crawl towards them. As I said, Daniel's drunk, stressed out, and the adrenaline's probably pumping really hard, so it's difficult to follow instructions. What I'm guessing is that as Daniel was crawling on his hands and knees, his pants started coming down and he reached around and pulled his pants back up. That's when Officer Brailsford, the only officer to shoot, fires 5 shots, hitting Daniel in his back and his neck, killing him instantly. In March of 2016, Brailsford was charged with second-degree murder. Later that month, he was fired from the Mesa Police Department, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. As far as the shooting goes, it looks like Daniel could have been reaching for something in his waistband. Officer Brailsford saw that as a threat and he fired 5 shots. A jury of his peers decided that he was not guilty of murder in the situation. That's why the video has just been released. That's when objective reasonableness comes in, where the officers go on what they know at the time. They know they have a hotel room that hasn't been cleared. There could still be people in there. That's why they're ordering Daniel to come to them instead of going to him. There still could be somebody in the hotel room with a rifle. With 6 officers on scene, I think that this incident could have been completely avoided. I personally don't agree with the whole crawling thing. I haven't gone through any training where we make someone crawl to us. And this is just my opinion, but I think this could have been conducted like a felony traffic stop and would have had a better outcome.
Face away from me. Step backwards to the sound of my voice. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Step to your right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Spin around 360 degrees. Keep your hands in the air. Stop. Step backwards.
Felony traffic stop, meaning when someone is pulled over, guns already pointed at them, you order them out of the car, you have them walk backwards to you. A normal protocol for a felony traffic stop is the person reaches over their head, they pull up their shirt so that you can see their waistband, and they spin in circles slowly until you can tell visually that they don't have any guns or anything poking out of their waistband. Simply because it's harder for someone to draw a gun from a hidden position, get a sight picture on you, and shoot you before you shoot them. If you're in a crawling position facing someone, all you have to do is look up, pull your gun, and fire. Now, on to why Officer Brailsford was fired from the Mesa Police Department in March of 2016. Officer Brailsford had your on the dust cover of his rifle. Excuse me for saying, but that is incredibly stupid. Hey, here's a pro tip for people going into law enforcement. If you're wanting to put this badass moto garbage all over your rifles, then you probably shouldn't even be going into law enforcement. So just to sum up the video, the shooting on Brailsford's part was legal. I think that it 100% could have been avoided, and don't put stupid shit on your rifles. Everyone, this is Donut. Please let me know what you think about this shooting in the comments below. What's your opinion on it? It is Friday, and I want everybody to have a fantastic weekend.